Continue. I should have more than one view. So, just an FYI, I haven't gone live for a couple of weeks, and it shows because, are you serious right now? I cannot get the front camera to work. Because all my electronics, everything digital just decided to give me a hard time today. So, that's why I am trying to fuddle my way through. Is that a word? Muddle. How about muddle my way through? And you know what? If this is the view we get, that's the view we get. I'm okay with that because this is the best view for you all. And we're just going to run with that. But in the meantime, I'm going to really quick send out a text message to those of you that are on my text message notification and let you know that we're live, because I'm going to be playing with some florals and this grapevine, but it is kind of a little bit unusual. I haven't done one like this in a long time, so I thought you guys might like to hang out while I do. My sister's got an event coming up this weekend that is a dog event, so it's all canine related. And so when she does that, I try to have some things for her to decorate her booth area and that kind of thing. And then, of course, as always, when you get around a bunch of dog people, what do they want? They want that item. So she's always like, hey, sis, what you got for me? So let's play with some of this stuff right here. How about that? Come on in and say hey. And as always, let me know where you're from. If you're new to me, welcome. It's Festive Creations by Stephanie, where I teach people how to make beautiful things and I teach you how to grow your online business. This little guy is a newer sign for us. I've had it for a few weeks, or maybe a little bit longer, but super fun. And I've been wanting to play with him. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play with this guy. It is a wood sign made out of that MDF, and we're going to play with that. But the colors, I wanted to kind of keep them neutrals. And so look what I paired it up with. We're going to play with some florals and some things, and we're going to bring this thing to life, this guy to life on a, gosh darn it, on a grapevine wreath. Telling you, hiccup after hiccup. I don't want that. I want this. Oh, Lord, child, Lord. And now my Facebook. There we go. That's what I wanted. Go. And boom. Hopefully it'll get me logged in. There we are. Okay, perfect. You're on an iOS. Yes. Okay. Allow, and there we are. Yay. Now I can see comments, friends. I couldn't before. So, I'm so outside of my element. I know, just sat down. Charlotte, I was looking at your booth earlier today. You've got some awesome things in your booth. That is beautiful. Teresa, hello. Tanya, girl, how are you? I see you over there on TikTok, just shining and glowing over there. Good to see you. Janet, you too. Wow, this is a special occasion. Lisa, well, heck, look at this. It's like old home week or something. I don't know. We just have missed each other, right? I love it. Good to see you guys. Sharon's here. Lori. Oh, Sharon. Sharon, check before you invest in a pick machine. Make sure you check things like Marketplace. And there's all the times, like I have 2 pick machines. One of them I bought at Hobby Lobby, and you guys can't see my face. I can't change the camera. It's not cooperating. But I bought it at Hobby Lobby, and at the time, I actually got a 40% off of it. And come to find out later, I guess they really weren't supposed to give me 40% off of it. But of course, that was like months later. That's on them, not my problem. But since then, a local florist, a good friend of mine, got out of the artificial floral business, and she had a pick machine as well. So now I own 2 pick machines. So I went ahead and I have hers, and then I have mine, just because you never know. I don't know. Don't we need a backup for the backup? I think so anyway. I think so. So check, oh, wrong Charlotte. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I know who I'm thinking of. Sorry, Charlotte. But yeah, check Marketplace, check around, and maybe even ask around before you go and invest in a brand new one, because it's not a machine. It's, there's very little that can go wrong with it. It might need a little oil. It might need a little screw adjusted, but there's really nothing that can go wrong with it. So be sure to check around, because they are kind of pricey, and I get that that's a pretty big investment. So just a little word of wisdom there. Wanted to share that. All right, let me get some pipe cleaners real quick. So friends, I don't know about you all, but it's been crazy around here. Last week was spring break for the children. Nancy, good to see you. So spring break, and oh, Terry, I'm so glad. Sorry guys, squirrel. First time watching me live. I love that. Good for you. I'm so glad you made it. So they were here. What else? Oh, and then Thursday was nothing but, I planned it that way. Thursday was nothing but appointments. So they had, we had an appointment for Emma, ears, nose, and throat. Then Eli had a Holter monitor. They found out that Eli has, or I have through all the things, that Eli has a heart murmur, and it's related to an enlarged heart. And so we are doing some extensive follow-up on all of that. For those that you don't know, Eli and Emma are my great niece and nephew, actually on my husband's side, and we have custody of them. They lost their mom a little over 1.5 years ago, and they, just to be real honest, did not have a whole lot of health care. Okay, they had no health care prior to living with us. So I'm kind of like starting from scratch with them, getting them caught up. They did have to have their immunizations before they went to school, but that's it. That's it. Oh, yes, Sharon, absolutely. Absolutely. Denise, I know, long time. It's been a minute. Girl, Lori, awesome. Hey, guys, too, if you tap anywhere on that screen, if you tap on your screen, up in the top right-hand corner, there should be like 3 little dots, if all goes well. And if you click those dots, you can actually turn on notification or follow my page. And if you want to be notified when I go live from Facebook, in the comments, just do ! notify, no spaces, just an ! notify, and then Facebook will let you know when I go live. I know, Charlotte, right? Yeah, it's a handful sometimes. It's a handful. Okay, guys, before I move this, so I just uploaded this. Heather and I are like, these aren't even online yet. All of my patriotic picks, there, if you go to festivecreationsbystephanie.com on that front page, I just turned on, or I'm running a sale on all of my patriotic picks. Buy 3, get 2 free. And this is just one of them. We have multiple picks to choose from. You do need to use the code April Fool. So happy April Fool's Day, but that April Fool is not a joke. All of the patriotic picks are buy 3, get 2 free. Lots of fun. So I put them in a collection all of their own. Friends, so as I said, I wanted this to be kind of a neutral. So it could kind of be an everyday, all year round. These are a little fallish. So that's why I'm going to make them a little more everyday by adding this plastic leaves to it with the pink on the end. Hey, Kim. Charlotte, you are amazing. I'm telling you that right now. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know, I said I haven't had the heart to put their little Christmas trees up. They're still sitting on their dresser. I really should do that. Maybe when I get to open the windows. I don't know. So anyway, I wanted to keep this kind of neutral. So I picked out some things, and I may not use everything that's on the table, but I wanted to have the different hues available so that we could have some fun with this. And then this will be going with my sister this weekend to, it's a competition, a canine competition that she's highly involved in. And if I can, I'm going to try and do 2 this week. I tell people the story of you and Gary with the kids. You are 2 very... Maureen, I'll tell you, some days I really feel it. You know what I mean? Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm heating up my glue gun over here so I can add. So when I put pipe cleaners like this to my signs, I always put glue on top of them as a second layer of security. And if you use staples like this in a wood sign, please use your 1/4 inch staples. And please make sure that your wood is thick enough to handle 1/4 inch staples. Some wood is not as thick as this, and I would hate for you to ruin a perfectly good sign just when you thought you were all done with those kind of worries and getting closer to retirement. Denise, I know. So, Patricia, hello, my friend. It changes. And, you know, Gary and I talk about that, how retirement is totally different now. But, you know, I would not change it for the world because those kids would be in foster care right now. They had nowhere else to go. I mean, there was nobody else in the family that could help out the way, and basically it boils down to me, because I do own my own business, and that allows me to have that flexibility to be here, to get them off to school, to make sure I'm here when they get off the bus, take them to appointments. I actually have to go to court on Thursday for stuff for because they have a deadbeat dad, so I'm pursuing child support with that, and you know, just all that kind of stuff. And because of course we don't get any financial help for the kids, but it is what it is. That's what it is. Gina, how are you? I love this, seeing everybody. You guys are awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start out. I brought a few different colors of greens. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to start off on the base here, and we're going to start by adding some greenery and some different shades. I might have, let me see how many of these I have. This is a pusher. And of course, everything I'm using is available on the website at Festive Creations. If you want to know a particular item or a number, just holler and I'll tell you. But I think this one's going to be fun with these colors and make it super neutral. Charlotte, I am a firm believer. Absolutely. He does need to step up to the plate, and God love him. He truly is a deadbeat. I don't know if you guys want to hear this story or not, but you know, when they lost their mom, I think it was November 23rd of 23. Okay. So a couple of weeks after, now, mind you, we had already had the kids since like the middle of October, off and on for the last 2 years, but since the middle of October, pretty much full time. And so a couple of weeks after she passed, my husband gets a phone call from the Macon County Sheriff's Department at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. And of course, you answer the phone when it's the Sheriff's Department at 4:30 in the morning. And so the Sheriff's Department is like, we have Austin who's looking for his children. And Gary's like, yeah, they've been here since October. And, well, he can't find them. Well, our phone number hasn't changed since he lived with our niece. So we don't understand, but so, you know, of course the officer was really great about it. And he's like, well, can you give him a call? And of course, by now, Gary and I are both wide awake, and he lives in Colorado, which is Pacific time, right? So, you know me, Me, I'm like, yeah, we'll call him right now. So we called him at 2:30 in the morning over there in Colorado and woke his ass up. Because, you know, we got ours woke up, so why not? So we woke him up. And he's like, well, I didn't know where my kids were at. No, you didn't try. Well, no. You know, and so he has excuse after excuse. So he's like, well, can I talk to him? And I'm like, not right now. They have school today. So anyway, but I did tell him, you know, I said, absolutely, you know, you're their dad. You should be able to, you know, keep a relationship with your kids, etc. So I promised him, and I did, that the kids, you know, I'd have the kids call when they got home from school that day. Well, I did, and they did. We called, and let me just tell you that Eli, the youngest, who was 8 at the time, he was brutal with his father. Brutal. And when I say that, I mean, he was like, Dad, why don't you ever come and see us? Dad, do you have kids? Someone, because they literally have not spoken to him in years, like over 2 years since he moved to Colorado. And so the kids have just not, I don't know. It was who knows what happened before. But anyway, so he was just like, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have kids? Why don't you ever call us? Why don't you ever come and see us? And I mean, he had his father in tears. And, you know, sometimes you just got to let bygones, I mean, you just got to let them go, right? And I did. Gary and I just let Eli have his conversation. And Emma was very, very standoffish, almost like guarded. That's the word I want to say. She was very guarded in how she spoke to him. And I will tell you, that was, like I said, 2 weeks after their mother passed away, which has been 1.5 years ago. And do you know he has not called those children since then or had any contact with them whatsoever. Didn't acknowledge them at Christmas or any of their birthdays. He's just kind of like, okay, I know where my kids are. I'm good. And so therefore, yeah, I don't feel guilty at all. Can you give me the number of the pointed leaves greenery on the table? Wendy, this one, Wendy, is that which one you're talking about? That's called a plastic, believe it or not, that's called plastic leaves. But I want to make sure that's the one that you're referring to because it's one of my favorite greenery, by the way. Oh, Charlotte, you used that bush yesterday? Vicky, and they're special kids too. You know, they've had a really unfortunate life, and so giving them our kind of lifestyle, they've never experienced it before, literally. Yes. Okay. So Wendy, so like I said, it's called a plastic leaves bush. I'm going to take that off. Oh, it's the type in, if you search for number 571177, 571177, that should come up. If it doesn't, try plastic leaves bush, just like it sounds, plastic leaves bush. And there will be a couple of varieties that show up, but this one has the pink. And then I have one that's all green, and I think a variegated green one. I can't remember. I can't remember. All right, let's take a look at this. So this guy actually is not going to sit there. No. Yeah, right in there, because the grapevine has a big twig right there, so I don't want to put it right on top of there. But he's going to go right in here. Now, if you all are not accustomed to using grapevines or working with grapevines, a word of advice is don't glue anything down yet. So what you can do is just place it in where you think you might like it, And then once you figure out, once you've kind of moved things around a bit, take your glue gun and then glue it rather than start out with glue. So that way it's, you've got everything placed first. That really helps tremendously. Oh, you're very welcome, Wendy. Not a problem. Okay, this one. So I'm going to do the same thing. This one is also a pusher. So I'm going to bring them so that they're, instead of spread out, they're clustered towards the end. And I did bring several of these because they're going to be, you just never know. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stems on it. And of course, we're going to dissect those. There's 1, 2, 3. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Right? So Denise, it's interesting because I see your comment about that deadbeat dads usually don't pan out with child support. I get it. I told my husband, I said, I don't care if we get $1. It's the principle of the thing. And so Eli's is actually separate from Emma for technical reasons. Dad didn't sign the check, the birth certificate, so Eli had to have a paternity test done, and so his case is separate from Emma's. And so right now I'm only going to court Thursday for Eli's. And let me go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and insert this. So I go to court Thursday for Eli's, but Emma's, I haven't even seen any movement on it. It's just weird how it's going. But in Illinois, anyway, the times that I've been sitting in child support court leading up to this, it looks like it doesn't matter as long as they're holding a job. If there is a court order, or if there's if they have a job, period, once that judge issues a court order, they can start immediate wage garnishments. So, and they'll set the child support based on the wages that are in the national database system, whatever system they use. And don't quote, if anybody has any more insights on that whole process, feel free to step up. But just from sitting in the courtroom up to now, listening and watching, and he also will be held responsible for their medical insurance and have to cover them. But like you said, deadbeat dads, they'll find a way, quit their job, move, and then you got to chase them down again and all that fun stuff. He just doesn't know how persistent I am. He just has no idea. Here in Texas, the state makes them pay if they're working, comes right out of their check. Yes, Charlotte. So that is the way it works in Illinois as well. Even though he lives in Colorado, the court order is going to originate here in Illinois. So it doesn't matter what state he lives in, from what I understand. Okay, so I brought those pipe cleaners through. We're going to cut those off, and then I'm going to take my glue gun, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right over those pipe cleaners so that they won't shift with time, right? We don't want it to shift over time, and then potentially make our sign shift or move. I want it to stay right where I put that puppy. Okay, so since I did that, it'll take a minute for it to, Denise, that's funny you say $1. My daughter has 3 kids, and she gets about $3 to $4 for all 3, and that is even hit or miss. It's so crazy. Denise, that's too funny. But Denise, can you imagine? Oh, Vicky, yeah. Yeah, that's right. They'll take their taxes. I mean, they come down on them. But it's so funny that how can you sleep at night? Like, do you know what I mean? Like you're constantly watching over your shoulder and having to be sneaky and all that fun stuff. Friends, do you not know what it's like to just do it right the first time? Most of them I have seen is responsible for a minimum regardless of what they are earning. And if they're making a decent wage, then they take a percentage. And Karen, Illinois, I guess, changed their law, I don't know how long ago, but it actually is based on both parties. So now I don't know how it's going to work with us because we are not the parent, the other parent. And we do not have, we didn't adopt the kids. We're just guardian of the kids. And so I don't know how that's going to work if a judge is going to take into consider our income in all of this. But in Illinois, they changed it. I don't know when, to where it takes into consideration both parties' income, which I thought was interesting. And I guess fair. I mean, honestly, basically you want to make sure that the the child is taken care of, or children are taken care of, whether it doesn't matter what source of income it comes from. I don't know. It's pros and cons either way. I haven't really weighed it out. It's just, that's the way it is in Illinois. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, Denise, I know, right? I personally would not want to be like that, where I'm constantly looking over my shoulder, or now trying to find a job that they don't report my income, or it's just so much easier. Just do it right the first time around. Just do it. You'll thank me later. Sharon, I feel that way. That our income should not. But I will tell you, when I first got custody of them, and I say I because even though my husband and I both do, that it's Stephanie doing all the running and the filing of paperwork and all of that fun stuff. So I do the majority of all of that. No, I do 99.9% of all of that. And so I don't mean to not include my husband, but so when we first got custody, I went and applied for assistance for them. First thing was a medical card, because they didn't have any health insurance, and their mom, for whatever reason, did not. Oh, wait a minute. Let's back up. Their mom did have a medical card on Emma, but Eli did not. And do you know why Eli didn't? Because she didn't have his social security number. And do you know why she didn't have his social security number? Because she couldn't find it, and she never went to the Social Security office to get a replacement card. Actually, she herself could have gone to the Social Security office and just gotten his Social Security number and then requested the replacement card to come later. But because, for whatever reason, no judging. So he was never on health insurance, and get this craziness, they never claimed him on taxes because they didn't have a Social Security number. Is that not crazy? Is that not insane? And Grandpa, who they lived with, actually footed most of the bills. She didn't work most of the time. So, I don't know. It was very dysfunctional. But what's normal, right? What's normal? Lori, right? Maybe that's why you never got your $10 a week. In Ohio, Vicky said they only used the father income, and when I had to do child support for my granddaughter. Okay. Hi, Karen, Arizona in the house. Look, you just never know when you log in on Festive Creations what we're going to be talking about. Just never know. Today, it's about child support. It's about all kinds of things. Emma, Eli, who will be home here in about 10 minutes. I got a late start. I was going to start about an hour earlier, but I was having technical problems with my electronics. And because of those problems, I can only do this view, which is fine. This is the best view for you guys. So I won't be able to switch the camera back and forth, but that's okay. That's all right. I love this this. I love this plastic leaves bush, and I love the one with the pink edges on it. Actually, they all are awesome. The solid green one, or one of the other ones is almost sold out. And we just got it in. It's a pretty new one. I can see right now I'm going to love this. Charlotte, I know, right? It is absolutely going to be gorgeous. And then, so for my ribbon choices, when we get down to that, I really kept the ribbon choices very simplified because, in fact, I need to think about that too. If I'm going to put a bow on here, I better leave some space for a bow. I think right in here is going to be a good spot. Right here. No, I kind of like this spot right here. Don't let me put anything right there. Let me see how I can do that. How can I mark that so I don't forget? Don't put anything right there. No. I may actually have to want to take one of those off. Because I am going to add a bow to this one. But it's a very simple, not to take away from all the other elements that are going on. And again, as I said, as Wendy very well heard me, if there's something that I'm using and you want to know what it is, or you want to know the number for it, just holler, because everything I'm using today, except the grapevine, is available on the website. For 4 kids, I supported them, and he said I should be on welfare and he shouldn't have to pay anything. Virginia, I have to pay anything. That's karma. Got a hold of them. He didn't take care of himself either. So some people chose their lifestyle. And you know, my personal philosophy is I have to live with myself. I'm the one who has to answer to myself and nobody else. And I'm comfortable with how I'm handling things. Definitely comfortable. Okay. We are moving on. Don't let me forget. I keep reminding myself. Don't fill it in too much up there. I'm glad I grabbed 3 of these because I think I'm going to use quite a bit of it. All right. Where did I say? Right here. Is that where I said? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to skip that. I'm going to skip that part right there. And I'm going to come right in here. We're going to go on the other side of it. It might behoove me to stop and make that bow. What do you guys think? Why don't I do that? After I get done putting a few more of these in place, I'm going to stop and make that bow, because I want also the greenery to kind of be coming out of the bow. It looks pretty already just with these 2, right? Wait till we get this. And another one bites the dust. Yep, Denise, I agree. Teresa, my son, my middle son, the one, actually it's his birthday today, Richard's birthday today. And he's like, Mom, what are you thinking? And I said, well, Richard, it should make you feel good to know that if something ever happened to you and Chelsea, that we would step up. You know, we would not hesitate to step up and take our grandkids, clearly. But God forbid that ever happens either. We don't want to wish that. All right. So for the bow, remember I said I just want to keep it simple. Truly I am. I want to use this. Let me put that over here. And I actually got some 5/8 inch in cream. And by the way, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff new this week, and I'll probably go live tomorrow and show you what we got new. But this is one of the new ribbon we got in this week. Heather and I got it all put away and I've got it uploaded, but I just wanted a very simple bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a really easy bow, literally, and nothing over the top because I don't want it to be the main showcase. I want the florals to be the main showcase. Love the bone ribbon. Oh, Lori, right? And again, I was trying to go with something neutral, something that could be not ashamed of to wear, you know, masculine, but also something that could be hung all year round. So I'm going to do both ribbon at the same time. And I'm going to do about a 5-inch loop there. Normally I would put my ribbon on a separate spool, but since I'm only doing 2 today, I'm going to go ahead and muster this through. It does not want to cooperate with me. There we go. Can you guys see? Oh, I was going to say, I'm probably off camera, aren't I? Sorry about that. Oh, so this was an open roll of ribbon that I already had open. Let me see if I'm going to be happy or if I'm going to want to take. No, I think I'm going to be okay. I just want like a real whimsical bow, so, but that roll's gone. I'll fix this 5/8 inch here in a minute. That's because I did both rows at the same time. I'll fix that in a few. And let's grab some floral wire. Shona, bless your heart. Thank you. And that's the reason I get to be here for the kids when they get off the bus and all of that. Last week it wasn't too bad with them being on spring break, but if you've been around me for a while, you know that I am a very organized individual most of the time, but I have a schedule for the kids. And so they have a day off school schedule, which is actually our summer schedule. And then during the week, we have a very defined schedule. And for their sanity and mine, we have to do that for them to, they feel better knowing what to expect. And I think that goes true for any child. Children do better when they know, and even adults, come on now. How many of us as adults are a lot more happier when we know what's expected of us, right? So that is how I have it set up for the kids. And Emma, she's so cute. We call her Princess because I think sometimes she thinks she's a princess. She's like, well, no school and I get to sleep in. And I'm like, no. And Stephanie still gets to go to work. You still got to get up. So she was like, oh, man. She wanted to sleep in till noon. No, no, no. And she will be the one. If she gets a chance to sleep in till noon, I can see her doing that. All right, just kind of a whimsical bow. That's all I needed to kind of offset that and break this up a little bit right in here. Because when we add our florals, it's going to take it to a whole other level. And again, when I get done, I will go back behind this wire that I'm using and I'll put glue on top of the wire so that it stays secure. And we don't want that wire potentially damaging a customer's door, right? Get that through there. Where's the other end, Stephanie? I see two going in. It's probably really close to y'all, but I can't help it. Oh, come on. Let me just refeed that through. Y'all, I don't know about you, but allergy season is upon us here in Illinois. There we go. What? Hey, Miss Lori, how are you? Lori, Heather's getting your box ready to go. And I don't know if she's got it done. I'm sending you a window pane like this. But I'm also sending you, mine has foam on it, as you can tell. I'm also sending you some florals in like bright summer colors, but also patriotic colors. And I told Heather, if you want, we were trying to decide whether to send you 1 or 2 window panes and really give you something to play with. So if you guys don't know what the heck I'm talking about, Lori Jacobs from Hardworking Mom, she goes live on her YouTube and she does crafting over there, and she has a private crafting group. And I give her things to give her projects and things, and every month she also makes my wreath kit of the month. So she makes one and I make one. Bailey's kids must be home. I just heard Bailey. So anyway, I don't know if she actually, I don't know if she's actually got it packed yet or shipped yet, but do you want 1 or 2 of those window panes? I'm not sending any mesh, no frames, other than the window pane. Tell me. Send 2, I have ideas for both. Okay, good deal. All right, thank you. Shona, right? Yes, Lori is one of the very first people that I ever watched when I was trying to learn how to make wreaths, right? So Lori was my inspiration, Julie Samatko, and Damon actually didn't come along till a little bit later. I mostly watched Lori and Julie. So she's like my founding creator.
Yes, sir.
I'm live. Yes, sir. What you got? Let me see. Division. Certificate of Achievement in Division. Awesome. Congratulations, Eli. Nice job. Good job. And your shirt's on backwards because... Has it been on backwards all day?
I just had it on. I just turned it around on the bus.
You turned it around on the bus.
Maybe I'll pull another thing today.
Oh, it's an April Fool's, he said. April Fool's, he says. Hey, Charlotte said hi and congratulations. Thank you, Charlotte. And they can't see you because I can't get that camera to work over there, or I can't. Yeah, just trust me. All they can see is this right here.
Hi, Charlotte.
There you go. She can see that for sure. All right, so I'm going to add some of this eucalyptus, and we're going to go underneath there with some all the way around. Can you see the comments?
Yeah.
Okay. There. Yeah, she said that's okay.
It's in April.
It's in April. What?
It's in April. What does that mean? It's in April.
Where do you see that? That's me talking. No, this is their comments. That's repeating what I'm saying. So it puts it in words on the screen. That's what they're saying.
Some of these
See, Teresa said hi, Eli. Charlotte said hi, sweetie, and Emma. See it?
Charlotte Miller is watching.
I know. She's talking to you.
Oh. Hi. What?
Can you not, do you not see the comments that I'm, no, honey?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
I see them, but...
All right. Well, they can hear you. Okay. Just because we can't hear them, they can hear you just fine.
It's been a while since I've seen y'all.
Yes. It has too, hasn't it? Okay. Oh, California, Virginia said. Do you know where that's at?
Is it in the USA or USK? I don't remember.
It's in the USA. Yep, in the United States. Yep.
Isn't it like lower left?
Nope.
Is it up or down?
From us, it's straight across left.
Alright.
But it's as far left as you can go. It's clear over on the far west coast. Aunt Stephanie has, that's where my dad lived. He passed away, but I also have a brother and a sister-in-law that lives out there. And Uncle Gary and Aunt Stephanie like to go to California every now and then. Near, we like to go, it's by, Hollywood. That's the word. I'm trying to think of something that he would connect with. They have Disneyland out there. They have a Universal Studios, but that's also where Hollywood, where they make movies, right? Okay, but I don't want you to get burnt, so be careful there. Yeah, we're West Coast for sure, Virginia. What now?
I was reading my messages.
Okay, so I'm bringing in some elements from this bush that we're using. And so I'm going to start by placing, separating these evenly. And then we're going to go in between and add. So let me get those placed first. Oh, I have one more. Ooh, I love that. Should we put it down here? I think so. It's going to help balance that a little bit nicer. I like it down here. Yes. I think that's what we shall do. Yes, ma'am. Where'd you get the hair clip?
I had perfect attendance in March, so we got to pick a prize.
Really? And that was your prize you picked?
Mm-hmm. I did too, but I put it inside my book bag.
Your prize?
Yeah, and it just was gone.
Well, that's kind of odd. How could it just be gone?
I think someone accidentally grabbed it or just grabbed it.
Now, wait a minute. Before you start accusing somebody of something, did you see somebody do it?
No.
All right, so we don't start accusing people of taking things out of your book bag unless we have proof. Kind of goes along with the facts, right? Now, because I know you, Eli, there is a great possibility that it might have dropped or fell out on the bus.
Well,
or
I didn't look on the bus.
Oh, you didn't look on the bus?
It was in our classroom. I was packing up and I was checking my book bag to see if I had all the stuff, and then my bee was missing.
Then it might have fallen out in the classroom. Check tomorrow. Check tomorrow.
It's like really cool though. It's like red and orange.
What is it?
It's a bee.
A bee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it has like red, orange, and I think that's really it. But it's kind of like purple, like the galaxy colors, kind of. So.
All right.
It kind of.
1, 2. I like it. I like it. I'm going to keep this kind of tilted sideways, but really, if you wanted to put it this way, you could. But I like it more like this angle myself. They do a lot of movies in Riverside and San Bernardino, Cal. Okay, so Virginia. My dad lived in Ontario. What county was that? My dad lived in Ontario, and my brother and sister-in-law live in, well, I have family in, I can never remember the name of it. Alta, and then I know Rancho Cucamonga is, I have a stepbrother that lives there. Not a stepbrother, a half-brother. And then I have another, Alta Loma. Whew, I think that's the name of it. Look. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Can I have a piece of candy?
Did you have a fruit?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you have?
Applesauce.
Applesauce. Okay. Yes, you may.
I already had a fruit at the end of the day. At like, it was.
So you don't need a snack, huh? That's what you're telling me, is you already had your snack before you got home? That's cool.
It was fruits.
Yeah. Isn't that what we usually have for an after-school snack, as a fruit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I have candy?
No, I didn't. No.
I ate fruit.
I have no proof of that.
It was the little fruit thingies that had the fruit.
Like a fruit roll-up?
No, not fruit roll-up. Like little smally things inside of a bag.
No, I got nothing. Smally things inside
It's
of
like
a bag.
a square bag, like this big.
All right, you're not helping me much. You need to bring them out here and take them to Pioneer Town. It's okay. I wondered if that was San Bernardino. You need to. It's above Palm Springs. They would like to see the Westerners on a Saturday. Oh, that would be fun. I would like that. I've been too far south. I actually attended a conference in San Diego once, but I never actually got out and about, if that makes sense. You know, like, we stayed at the conference center, so I never got to do any real touring around. But, yeah, that would be fun. Look at all the elements. So you guys know, I talk about it all the time that I love to use bushes because they're already coordinated for you, right? So all of these little pieces that I'm using were already a part of this bush. And I don't have to buy 5 different pieces to come up with the same look because the bush does it all for me. So in case you're wondering, I told Eli he could not have a piece of candy because Eli doesn't always, isn't always accurate in his statements. How's that for being politically correct? You have to really, really follow up on anything. And he has a tendency to just participate in a conversation and just make things up just so he can be a part of the conversation. And so we make it a big deal around here. Like, did you fact check that? Well, we ask that a lot. Did you fact check that? Because, so he was telling Emma yesterday, though, this was a opposite. So he was telling Emma yesterday that if you were riding a roller coaster and were in a loop on the roller coaster and you didn't have a seatbelt on, that you wouldn't fall out. And Emma got really, really stern about her answer. And she's like, yes, you would. And so we're like, no, actually, you know, we're listening to those two banter back and forth. And so we ended up showing Emma that her brother was right. He was right. What candy did you have?
I had Sour Patch watermelon.
Sour Patch. Ooh, that sounds like something I would like. I like anything watermelon.
It's like watermelon, but it's sour and like it's sweet.
Yeah, I would probably like that. Guys, what do you think adding that bush in here? Isn't this fun? Now, don't forget, I still have these because we're going to add, we're going to brighten it up a little bit more just by adding some of this in there. And I forget what this is even called, but it's fun. I know that much. So let me see. Where do I want to put this one? In here? Yeah, that one looks really good right there. Layer and layer and layer. I think my sister is going to appreciate this. This one's going with her this weekend. Oh, Shona, thank you. Yeah, we just put actually several new kits on today. I got on a kick yesterday and put together several new kits in the motorcycle one. That's part of, we just got some supplies in, and that skull ribbon was one of the things that I had ordered so that we could make a kit. Actually, that was inspired by one of you guys. So another customer had ordered something similar to it, and it had some skull ribbon. Well, I didn't have enough of that skull ribbon to really make a kit, so I ordered the black and orange one, and oh, really, really pleased with the choices, how it came out. So thank you. I'm glad you like it. So see how I'm adding that ivory or that off-white in here? It's really kind of giving it a beautiful contrast there. These are fun. Absolutely fun. Thank you, Miss Kim. What are you up to today, Kim? I know you had big goals this week, this month, this week.
I fixed those 2 words. You want me to fix?
I wanted you to fix, or that needed to be fixed?
Needed.
Yeah, because...
Number 16 is technology.
But it wasn't spelled right. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling that's what it was, but it wasn't spelled correctly on your paper. That's why I asked you to take that back to school and check those 2 words.
It's Technology.
Correct. Very good. Very, very good. What was the other word that needed clarification?
I don't know. I'm still having troubles.
Hang on a second. Let me put this in there. Let me see it. Oh. All right. Well, well, first of all, you didn't erase that very well, so it's kind of all mixed in together. What's the letters? How do you spell it?
CONMMUNITY.
Okay, that is correct. But you don't know what that spells? Try and sound it out.
Com.
Uh-huh.
Wait, hold on. I have a... Don't know if I have it.
You don't know if you have what?
Well, we did this kind of split thing today, because ours are like 4-syllable words.
Yep.
And so Miss Paige had us like write them down and then split them.
Yep.
To spell them better.
Love it.
So can me and Eli practice?
Can you and Eli practice? Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to have my permission for you and Eli practice your spelling words. Now, since Eli doesn't have spelling words this week, it'll just be you practicing. Okay?
Yeah, I wanted to get them early because I was going to ask you a question later.
Well, okay. I have to get a move on because I guess I got volunteered to make meatloaf for dinner tonight. Virginia, it is kind of like pampas grass, but I don't know that it is pampas grass. This is where I wish Heather was here. She'd go, no, it's this, she. Let me tell you, she's got it. She's got it going on. Because she fills your orders, so she sees the names and she sees, the numbers that they're associated with. If I had my laptop over here, I could look it up, but let me look. I got more strings going on than I even care to think about. But it's beautiful. I love it. And there they go, bantering back and forth. So different, though, I will tell you, between raising these guys and raising my kids. I've learned so much in my life, 40 years later, right? That, so a big difference is, which reminds me, these kids are required to make their bed every day. And that was because, we went from an empty nest, and my spare bedrooms were always ready for company, right? They always looked nice. So when they moved in, I'm like, I don't want it to look like a mess if you're walking down the hallway. I don't want my house to look like that. So they are required to make their bed every day. But I do have a question, Eli.
What?
Did you make your bed today?
Yeah.
You did? You want to go check that for me? Emma,
What?
did you make your bed today?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
What's different today?
Nothing. I put it like that yesterday.
Okay, so that's the way you're supposed to make your bed?
It's not the way I usually make it.
That's not the question. The question was, is that how you're supposed to make your bed?
No.
Okay. So, it needs to be fixed.
That was me.
No, it wasn't. Dude, I was in there already today.
The sheets were just under my thing.
You need to do a better job of making your bed. Period. End of story. Emma is trying to slide by with just sliding. They're kids, they're going to try and get away with as much as they can. Just like any other kid walking around the face of the earth. Okay, where do I want to put this one? Guys.
That's cheating.
Where do I want to put this one? All right, so hang on. I've got one here. Oh, Lord, here they go. I have one a little bit there. All right, see, I can't hang this up on the wall and let you guys see it because I can't move my camera, but I think that's going to go right in there, maybe. What do you think? Like along in here? I think I'd be okay with that. Maybe. No, I don't love it. I don't love it. Gonna get some more of this. It might be, Tanya. It might be. I do have some phoenix tail. Fern, this is a fairly new item for me, so I don't want to call it anything for sure until I know for sure. And another one. It's good to see you, Tanya. What have you been up to, girl? I don't get on TikTok very often, but when I do, I usually see one of your videos pop up. Okay. How about right in there? I think that's going to fit better. It's going to balance better. Okay. Y'all, what do you think? I think I'm about to call it done. If I do anything, I might put something right in there. Let me see if I like this. Yeah, I am. So this one's going to be like a little more towards the center. Just a fun bow, whimsical, nothing over the top, because again, I don't want it to be the main attraction. I just want it to be an accent. So that's why we did just kind of a funky bow in there. And I'm good with that. Guys, I think it turned out really cute. Awesome. Good for you, Tanya. That's awesome. That's a great honor, right? Julie's pretty awesome to work with. Yes. All right, friends. What do you think? Thanks, Charlotte.
I have no clue what you're saying.
All right. Now, since we only have the one camera, I will hang this up on my wall and get photos of it actually hanging on the wall. But I'm super, super thrilled how it came out. And I think Sis is going to like it too. She'll be taking it with her this weekend. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right, friends. Thanks for hanging out with me and putting up with my technology issues and the kids bantering. And yeah, I'll be back. I'll probably be live tomorrow to kind of show you guys what all we got in. Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your night. See you soon.